that I reach out and see how he's doing. So,
Yeah. I was just wondering. Thank you. Appreciate you, Jaxon.
Yeah.
Sounds like you've been taking Cam under your wing, at least that's what he says.
Yeah. No. I've been it's been really good. Trying to show him the ropes and trying to, get him ready for what's to come because he's special. Honestly, he's got talent, he's got a motor, and he's got an energy about him that it's gonna do him really well for these next couple of years. And so I just want to make sure that I, be a good example for him and show him what's expected and what's expected to make it out here to the next level.
Last time we talked to you, you talked about wanting to maintain that culture that was so special last year. Like, what have you returning guys done to make sure that what makes Michigan State special stays?
We make sure that for all the new guys that they're part of our family. I mean, I know some of them are new and transfers and incoming freshmen, but what made us so special is that we did it together, and that's what we're building on right now. We're building our chemistry. We're building our bond right now. And although we don't have an Italy trip to look forward to, we're going to find something that kind of replicates that bonding that we had last year. So whether it's something around here or whether it's more time like during the week after practice that we spend together, like we're going to figure out something to make sure that we can replicate that chemistry bonding and just getting to know each other better.
I noticed that little gesture you and Cam did to each other as he was heading out, a little salute. Is he these guys, the new guys, ahead of the curve a little bit as far as like chemistry building?
No, they've been great. They've been great about freshman kind of routine, because as a freshman it can be overwhelming at times. Entering a whole new level of basketball can be overwhelming. Sometimes it can be discouraging. Sometimes it can be a roller coaster of emotions. But they've been really good about, especially Cam, about taking the hits, taking the change really well. And hopefully I could be a good mentor to him and try to show him every day like what's expected and how to be successful here at Michigan State. I mean, we're all so upset about the Auburn loss. I'm so upset. It drives me every day. But at a certain point, you have to bounce right back up from floor. And for me, that was the next day after the Auburn loss. I know that we were one game away from a Final Four, and that's everybody's dreams. That's what most people fight for when they play basketball, especially at this level. But let's get one thing straight. The Auburn loss is something that's going to be driving – I can't speak for everybody else, but it's going to be driving me every single day. If I could have a do-over, what would I do differently? What would I improve? And that's how I see this offseason is I'm going to be in a scenario this year where I'm going to look back and be like, did I do everything I could to be successful here? And I feel like that Auburn game was one of those opportunities, and I have a feeling that I'm going to run into another one, but this time we're going to win the game. And we're going to win the championship, and we're going to be successful here, and I can end my last year the way I wanted to.
Do you feel like, obviously you can't speak to everyone else, but the guys coming back, the seniors, that there's that kind of a collective will that you guys are on the same page from what you just said? I think everyone's motivated.
Yeah, no, everyone coming back is motivated. There's no question. There's no reason at all that they should not be motivated. I mean, even if they weren't a part of here, there's no reason ever to not be motivated. That's something that as a basketball player you have to have. You have to wake up every day motivated. If someone isn't motivated around here and they just going through the motions, then this isn't the right place for them. They shouldn't be here. So everyone's motivated. We just have to get on the same page on how we're going to play and whose roles and who is doing what for the team and defining their roles. That's something that we got to, sooner rather than later, we have to discuss and, make sure we're on the same page about.
Seems like those new guys have a good temperament coming in. I don't know if that's a good word for it, but it seems like seem coachable, seem like down-to-earth guys that
Yeah, I think so.
are appreciative of their opportunity.
I think so. And they better, because we have a really good chance of doing something special this year. We had a great team last year, and I believe that we can have an even better team this year. And in order for us to do that, everyone has to accept their role, and they have to play their role 110%. 150%. And if anyone else tries to step outside of that goal and try to, you know, have any other goals in mind, then that's where we have to talk about it, and we have to get to the bottom of it and make sure we're all on the same page.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.